have a banger of a guest today. This guy is a multi-business owner. He's a kick-ass entrepreneur. He's an awesome dad. He travels the entire world. If you even know this guy, you know him by the owner of Pete's Moving Services. Pete, thank you for being on the pod today.
Glad to be here, brother.
Let's go, dude.
Let's do this.
Dude, let's jump straight into the money. Pete's Moving
Show
Service.
me the money. Show me the money.
Pete's Moving Service, bro. How did that get started? Man, how did that happen? Pete's Moving Service.
So here we go. So I started my first business, Pete's Moving Services. We're a moving company based out of Modesto, California. We go nationwide. We do residential, commercial moves. The way it all started back in my college days. I was doing a business marketing plan for a business I would like to start.
Let's go.
And it started by me getting quotes because I was moving myself. And I would think it would be just, a few $100s. Somebody would be able to do it. Yep. Once I gather up some quotes, it was thousands of dollars to move.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that might be a good idea. It was perfect timing. I did not have an idea for a marketing plan for a business. Yep. So while in my junior year in college, I put the business plan behind a moving company. And that's pretty much how it all started. As we presented, each individual student presented their businesses to the classroom, it seemed like everybody would present 5 minutes next, 5 minutes next. When I ended up presenting, I almost took up half the class time. It was like 45 minutes to an hour. So many questions from fellow students and the professor as far as, are you going to do packing services? Yep. Do you provide packing materials? Where do you move? And all these questions started coming to me that I not only took up half the time, I had some homework and I had to come back the next class session to answer more questions. And I was like, sometimes in life or in business, you get that light bulb moment. And that was one of those light bulb moments like, wait a minute. There's so many questions. Yep. People have so many questions here. I think I have something here. That's how the first business and the birth of Pete's Moving Service.
That is absolutely beautiful. I love that. This thing is huge. Right. And we drove by his company and my goodness, there's like 1 million trucks outside that say Pete's Moving Service. How did you make it this big?
I would say just like many businesses in live relationship, it comes down to consistency. Yeah. So you just got to stay consistent and persistent to what you're doing. That's what it really comes down. Yeah. And it's a overflow type of cycle. Yeah. So you gotta stay at it.
What things were you consistent in when you would like go out and try to find new clients? Like, I feel like that's kind of how you would be consistent in a moving service, right? When you're creating it from the ground up, how would you get clients at the beginning?
Yeah. Number one, it comes down to marketing. If you cannot market the services that you provide, you don't have a business. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to, marketing. So it started off very simple and basic. Just having business cards, passing them out to apartment complexes, storage facilities, where typically people would be moving. So that was kind of the basic ground up, the cheapest form you could start, and then got into, Google pages, Yelp pages, and then into social media pages, and then you kind of grows from there. You get a website, you start doing SEO. There's a lot of different things you could start doing, but the basic was, you got to do the footwork. So that's what started, really, actually footwork, business cards in hand, going to apartment complexes, going to storage facilities. That's amazing. That's where it all started.
So that's how you started. Was the boots on the ground, the not like super big marketing budget that I'm sure you have now to spend, just straight up grit.
Exactly.
That is freaking beautiful, bro.
That's what it takes. So.
You know what I love most about this story, and it's similar to mine, where you were in college and you started your business at the same time. Myself, with being a realtor, was the same thing. I started being an agent at 18, and then 4 years later, I graduated, but all along I was just building my business while I was in school. Yeah. So I think it's interesting that most people think, oh, I'm going to get this beautiful idea and then I'm just going to drop out of college. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that you stuck with both things and it seems like it actually helped you in your creation of the business. Just that one presentation.
Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, it's different for different people. You have different light bulb moments, sometimes a few different moments throughout either your college career or as you're kind of begin your entrepreneur journey. So, and then when you get those moments, definitely you want to run with it because great things could happen. I can assure you.
No, totally. I want to ask you, what was the most challenging moment you've had in the creation of Pete's?
The biggest challenge, just like in any business that does have employees, that always seems to be the biggest challenge in general, just because you want to make sure you find that medium of satisfied employees and satisfied customers, and you have some sort of profit for the business as well. So I would say that's always the most challenging part. I enjoy, the sales marketing of it. So that was never a challenge to be able to get clients. You provide good service. You're able to sell and market your business. Your business is going to do well. So it's always comes down to making sure that your team is happy. So if your team is happy, the clients will see that, and everyone else will be able to know that okay, they're doing something right. They're good people over there. So and people want to do business that they they're good. They're doing well. They're doing right by their people. So
100%.
I would say that's the biggest challenge for sure.
So the basically employee retention and employee satisfaction was the hardest part in creating.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some things you did to try and increase that? Like, did you throw some company party or like take them to Cabo?
Not quite that extravagant yet, but we have company parties and company meetings and barbecues and different incentives spread throughout per each job they do, per each move that happens. So we have different criteria set as proprietary information. I cannot release.
Cannot be disclosed. Perfect. No, it's all good.
But that's pretty much what
give them some type of incentives.
We have great incentives that we have in-house that kind of helps us get that customer satisfaction and employee retention down.
There you go, dude. Yep. That is freaking amazing. That gave me like a pretty much encompassing of Pete's Moving. So your wife plays a pretty big role in Pete's Moving service. I saw that she's actually plays the role of vice president.
Yeah, she is a vice president, but she's a little bit more than that. And some of our offices amongst my businesses, she is known as Mrs. CEO. So
Mrs. CEO!
So she has the official role of Mrs. CEO. So, I mean, we go hand in hand with what we do. Like, without her presence, there's no me, and vice versa. So we do a lot of things together. So it's amazing. I love it.
That is beautiful. How do you guys manage to work together? Right. So I see some couples like, stay out of my business. I don't want you touching my business. How do you guys work together so closely? They're calling her Mrs. CEO. She must play a pretty pivotal role in this business. Yeah. How do you guys not like kill each other while you're working together? Do you guys give each other certain roles, or like how does that work?
Exactly. Our roles are complementary. So there's certain things that I would do, and there's certain things that she would do, and that's what really makes it work for us. Yeah. Some people, I feel like if you do the same exact thing, that's where you might get those conflicts at times. But when you're doing complementary roles to each other, that's when it works out great. As it is in our marriage, we want to be able to complement each other well. And
that is beautiful.
That works for us.
That is amazing, because like I find it like some men are hard to delegate. Right? Delegate to their wives, I guess, right? But it seems like you've done a really good job of delegating. Like, here's your role in this. You are very pivotal to this process. You take it on, and I'm not going to micromanage you to do this. Like, this is something we're creating together. Is that kind of how that works?
Exactly. Keyword delegation.
Delegation.
That's what makes the business grow.
Now, the crazy thing is about Pete that many of you guys may not know, he's a serial entrepreneur. Big time serial entrepreneur. He's not just one-legged on moving service. Now he has a tell me a little about the opening of your senior living. How did that all happen? Sunnyside Senior Living.
Sunnyside Senior Living, based out of Turlock, California. That's one of those things that started a relationship and meeting other people within that type of business.
Gotcha.
My partners there and the people that run the facility, helped me run the facility there. They were a huge part in having that business.
Got it.
And then I started knowing about more of the demand for the business. We have baby boomers coming due.
Yep.
There's a shortage of assisted care facilities overall. So I started doing my numbers. That's what it comes down to, doing my numbers. And then even something that's bigger than the numbers, it comes down to passion and the type of businesses you want to represent.
Gotcha.
I want to be able to represent, just like with moving a business, I want to be able to represent businesses that are changing people's lives, that are helping people. So that was huge for me. Seniors, especially during COVID, I felt like they were neglected in a way, underserved,
big time,
because you could not come in contact with them. Some families could not come in contact or be in the same room with some of their loved ones that are sick for even up to a year or 2 years. So that kind of waited on me, and with me coming into that business, I wanted to kind of be a change, provide change and provide value to the seniors. So that was huge for me.
Got it.
I want to be able to add value and be able to add change. And this business kind of presented that for me.
That's big time. I think that's your entire why for creating this entire business. And I feel like all good businesses start with the why in mind first. Who am I serving here? And
exactly.
That, it seems like the seniors just hold a very special place in your heart. Is there any specific reason as to why they do, or?
So it kind of goes back a little bit further. A few years ago, my dad had a stroke. He had actually multiple strokes, and he was in a rehabilitation center. And that was presented to me by the case manager. Hey, there's a chance that if you're not able to care for your dad and your mom's not able to care for him, he wasn't doing well at the time. He had a feeding tube, and it was just tough. His cognitive functions weren't great. So we kind of got to that point where that was a serious conversation to where he might need to be in an assisted living facility. So that's where first kind of the idea originated. And you hear there's a lot of things that with elder abuse and different things like that. It's like, whoa, I don't think I want to put him into a place like that. Luckily, by the grace of God, he was able to recover fairly well. Not 100%, but he was able to recover.
That is amazing.
Through physical therapy. And, it took about a year or so to get him to where he is currently. But that's when the first conversation started about assisted living facility, and started to find out more information and kind of dug into it. And then a couple years later,
this popped up.
I own a assisted living facility. So
that is amazing. I love that. I love that story, because now you have a driving force behind the business. And honestly, a lot of people can probably relate to that story. Like when they are thinking about, where am I going to put my grandma, or maybe it's as close as your mom, like where am I going to put them that they feel secure? And that story is huge. My dad, I want to make sure he has proper care. He had the right care. I think that's huge.
No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And now, kind of what we did to that facility, we completely remodeled it inside, outside. So, and changed different things of how we provide care to all of the seniors there. I feel really good about, right now, if I was in a position, hopefully I won't have to be hopefully for a long time, but I feel really good putting my dad into my facility.
Man, it will be,
I know he'll enjoy himself. We have daily activities every day. There's things going on. We take him, we have a bus that takes him, feed the ducks at the Stanislaus State University.
That is so
cool. To the lake there. And we just have activities going on throughout the day. So it's just I feel like he'll have
paradise.
He'll have a great time there. Sunnyside Senior Living, we are the bright side of care. So,
that's your tagline?
That's our tagline. That's our tagline.
Oh, that is so cool.
I feel really good taking him there. And I'm proud to what we have accomplished there. Like I said, for underserved group of people in our community.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
You believe in those products so much, you're willing to put your dad's life there.
Exactly.
That's the biggest selling point right there.
I really do. So
that's amazing, bro. That is such a good story, dude. I did not know that, and that is That's big, for the viewers, because I feel like even the viewers can take that. You found the why to the business first. And, I did some digging on the website. You have a president of this business, right? And
vice president and a president.
You have a vice,
yes,
so you have a VP and a president.
Yes, that's correct.
So I'm sure that takes off a pretty big workload. How much would you say how much time do you spend delegating to this business, since you have a president and a VP?
It varies. I mean, between a few meetings throughout the week and some things behind the scenes, I would say probably about 10 hours a week. That's what I dedicate to it. And it varies. Sometimes it's just a few hours. And then if we have things that need to be done, I am the CEO of the business. So it's on me to figure it out, making sure it's done and it's run properly. Dude, so it varies. But I would say on average about 10 hours a week that I have to put into the business.
Dude, that is so freaking cool. So you have a whole facility of 40 employees, but he spends 10 hours in the business because he mastered the art of delegation. I feel like that's what it is, right? You have 40 employees in there, right?
In there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That you mastered the art of delegation, I feel like, at this point, because having
there's always room to improve.
That's true.
Never stop improving as you go on your journey of entrepreneurship or being in business. I mean, really, even personally, whether your journey is a fitness journey or
can never have too big of biceps.
Exactly. or chest as well, right? Or chest. So yeah, you never want to stop. Never want to stop improving.
Heck
so
yeah, bro.
Even though I feel good about what has been accomplished, but I always kind of have this in me and this little voice in my head that says, I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
I'm just getting started. So that way, I have a lot of room to improve.
Sure.
If you feel like, you've done everything there is to do, then that's where, perhaps you're a competition or you get lackadaisical in your business and things can go down south.
They catch up.
They could go down south quick. So
totally.
So yeah, I have this little voice in my head. We're just getting started. Let's go. Time to get to work. Time to improve. Time to get better. So that's kind of my little bit behind my mindset there. So.
That is beautiful, dude. Because there's always someone chasing you.
Oh yeah.
There's always
absolutely.
There's someone coming to chase Pete's moving service.
7 billion people in the world. So yeah, no. And with the access people have nowadays, absolutely. Yeah, there's always somebody is right there, right behind you, that's willing to take your spot if you're not going to be serious about what you do. So there's definitely some seriousness behind it for sure.
And Pete, you're a really fit guy. Like, if you guys can't tell through the camera, he's absolutely jacked. Some of the most jacked guy I've ever seen in my life. What is your secret to keeping a good physique? Like, honestly, I need to take notes.
Let's see here. It comes down to
your workout routine. What's your workout routine?
So I like to get up early, get started. Around 4:30, 4:45 is when I get up and really get after it. My workout starts at 5:30 at the best gym in the world, the Performance Lab. If you haven't heard of it, come check it out. It's one of the best gyms in the Central Valley, located in Modesto. That's how I like to get started and just get after it, get the workout out of the way. And it helps with my family schedule. As soon as I'm done with my workout, I get back to the house, the family, kids are waking up, and I'm able to be present with my family. So that's huge for me. So that's one of the reasons I'm able to get up and get it done and get it out of the way, so I'm not either skipping it or finding excuses. The longer the day goes on, the more excuses you're going to find. I got busy. I got this work to do. You have people kind of pulling you in different directions. I'm tired. I'm hungry. Excuses will come on. So, but if you're just a habit, I'm getting up and I'm going. I'm getting after it. And then getting back home before the kids wake up, I think that's a plus.
Do you do 4:30 every morning? Is that something you have to hit? Or does it sometimes you'll wake up at 5 and be like, oh shoot, I need to run to the gym?
No. What I'm going to tell you is not a lot of people do that. I actually have never hit snooze in my life.
Oh shit.
So if I set alarm, I'm getting up at 4:30. I'm getting up at 4:30.
Okay.
So simple as that. So I know people... I was going to show you my phone, but I have one snooze. Some people have 6, 7, 8 different time frames.
They'll put 5 alarms on that guy.
So I like to have one and I'm getting up. If not, then I'm not committed and I'm not going to do it. So if I commit that this is what I'm doing for the week or for the next few days, that's the time I'm getting up.
So 4:30 you wake up, and then by 5:30 you said you're working out.
Yeah, 5:30. We hit the ground running.
Do you hit a Millionaire's Coffee in between? Like, what is that like? You got to hit a millionaire's coffee somewhere in there.
I hit my millionaire's coffee actually after breakfast. So I like to get my pre-workout, get that done.
Wait, you work out before do you eat before your workout?
No, I do not.
Okay, so you work out fasted.
It's always fasted workout.
Okay.
Yeah, I get like a half a scoop of pre-workout, get to it, get a little energy. 5:30, I'm working out, get home, trying to enjoy family time, breakfast time with family. And then once I get after it work-wise, that's when I start enjoying my millionaire's coffee.
Yeah, okay. So is there any science to you liking to work out fasted? Is there any maybe not science, but is it easier for you to work out on an empty stomach or?
Yeah, I have good energy. So I wake up and I have good energy. And then, when you're on a full stomach, you can feel a little heavy, a little sluggish. So for me, I like working out on an empty stomach.
Got it.
And I kind of have this rule a little bit that I don't want to eat for 12 to 14 hours.
Yeah.
So I usually don't like to eat from 7 p.m. to about between 7 and 9 a.m., kind of in that range. I like to give myself 12 hours of not eating.
Gotcha.
I know some people say fasting's great, but I can't go 16 hours.
Yeah, okay.
Some people go 16, some people go crazy and do 18. Oh, I got to fast 18 hours, only eat between 12 and 6, and all this crazy regimen. I like to enjoy my breakfast.
Yeah.
So I'm more like in that 12 to 14 hour camp of trying not eating. Yeah. So I think that helps, kind of with consistencies and digestion.
That's dope.
It's different for different folks, but that's just how I like to do it.
Pete, you've done all this, right? So you got 3 businesses, right? And you're in great shape.
It's 6 total, but we won't count them all.
Oh my! So you got 6 total businesses.
Yes.
Sorry, 6 businesses. You're in great shape. You have an awesome family, and you've managed to do this at such a young age. I feel like at 35 years old, you managed to build an empire. That's pretty freaking amazing. What's one? Just give me one. Would it just be the consistency? What? That is freaking amazing, bro.
Really, it comes down to that.
Yeah.
It's like you if you anything that you do, just put that in every single category. Fitness, consistency.
Yep.
You put, your commitment, your habits, consistency. It all kind of flows. So that's probably the biggest, kind of to simplify it in a way. It's like you got to be consistent at whatever it is you do. If you're doing some sort of marketing, consistent at your marketing. You get your business, your marketing has to be consistent with your business.
Yeah.
You're really using that word. I know it's kind of cliche in a way, and a lot of people use it, but it's kind of. I hold that dear to my heart. There's I gotta be consistent, or else the results won't be. So if you want consistent results, you gotta live through it. You gotta walk and talk and breathe that. Absolutely.
100%. Yeah. I do, because when I was doing some research on you, I was like, 35. That's young for how many businesses you have, the empire you've built for your family. What does long-term goals look like for Pete? What is some long-term goals you have? Maybe from 10 years from now, what does life look like?
God willing, good health. That's what I want. Continued good health, and to be able to grow and expand the businesses that I have. Potentially acquire other businesses that are available and that are in line with the values that I have as far as helping people and bringing value and things like that. And then just building those types of businesses into a model to perhaps they could franchise or just grow into multiple locations. That's some of my ambitions as far as entrepreneurship goes.
Yeah. And I want to know, do you plan on living in Modesto your whole life, or do you plan on planting your roots here forever? Do you have any other goals to move anywhere? Long-term goals, of course. Is there anywhere you have
ideal location for me is Orange County.
Yep.
You can't go wrong with weather being 75 year round.
Yep.
How can you? You look at other cities, I don't know, Seattle, New York, or Chicago, Miami even. It's not as enticing as Orange County. You have that 75 year round. It's kind of more my vibe, I would say. Very just chill, not so formal type of community. If you walk into work without shorts, with shorts.
Without shorts?
Can we cut that part out? I don't know. Hey, perhaps. Maybe people do that. I don't know.
They do that. I think you're talking about L.A., not Orange County.
I think that was Hollywood. I think that was Hollywood. Yeah. Can we cut that?
Not the live.
Producer. But yeah, to be able to go with shorts into work or and whatever it is you're doing. So it's more of a chill lifestyle vibe, very active type of community.
Yeah.
You could go hit the beach or go for a bike ride on the beach. A lot of great benefits.
Yeah.
So if you haven't been, I highly recommend, especially Huntington Beach, Laguna Beach, Newport Beach.
You have a favorite beach?
That whole area. My favorite beach is Huntington Beach. We go there every single year at least once, to where we go for at least maybe 4 days and just hang out there.
Dude,
just bike ride and do all of that. So as far as visiting, for me, would be Huntington Beach. Highly recommend it. As far as living, I would like to be a little bit more of the Newport Beach, down Laguna Beach, Dana Point, kind of around that area. That would be ideal for me. So that's kind of long-term goals to have, to aspire to, work hard to. Cost of living is very expensive there, so I gotta keep growing, baby.
Yeah,
gotta keep
we
growing.
gotta take Pete's out that way.
Yeah, gotta keep growing.
Yep, dope, dude.
Perfect.
I thought that was a perfect podcast today. Honestly, I thought it was great.
So should I start asking you questions?
I
or?
mean,
All
right.
So, hey, you have to keep learning. You can't just feel like I don't know it all. I want to know more.
I'm a sponge to you,
Jacob. I want to know more.
Okay.
Can you teach me? Can you teach me, Jacob?
What am I?
How did you come about starting this podcast? What inspired you? I'm big on inspiration. There's things that inspire you. There's light bulb moments or things like that in your life. There's, this is what I want to do. So since we are on your podcast here, Jacob, what inspires you to start this?
Oh man, I mean, I could go back 3 years from now and I would have an answer for you. Like, I know the answer to this, and I've been wanting to start this for probably 3 to 4 years from now. My content journey started when I would do YouTube as a kid. Like, me and my brother literally made YouTube videos. You can look them up. I'm not going to give the channel name, but I literally have YouTube videos from when I was like 6 or 7 years old doing YouTube. So it started then. The love for being in front of the camera started then. And then as I got older, I just really want to inspire people.
That's
like
awesome.
Modesto, like, we can do big things in Modesto. It doesn't have to be that I grew up in Modesto, even in a bad side of Modesto, I can't make money. No, you can make money anywhere you are. So I want to be that, like, that shadow of light for people. Like, I can do this thing no matter where I'm at. I can get this done. So the podcast, I feel like it's a little bit of divine intervention. Like, I feel like God just grabbed me and said, like, dude, I need you to do this. And I feel like when God pulls you into something, you go with it.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with the flipping business. Same thing with the podcast. He just reached out and grabbed me, and I ended up reaching out to Trey, probably that same day. And I said, Trey, I need to
shout out Trey.
Yeah, shout out Trey. And I said, Trey, I want to get this thing going. What do we need to do? And we got it done. So to inspire people, inspire millions one day, hopefully, God willing, right?
Absolutely.
But I feel like I got grabbed, and and sometimes, like, God talks to you, but it's up to you if you take action on that, right? Some people, they hear God's voice through their thoughts, but they don't take action because they're scared, or they have anxiety, or they're scared of failure. But you got to get rid of that and just trust God that He'll take care of you. He'll provide if you just take the leap of faith.
That's amazing.
So,
I love that.
I love that.
I'm glad you had me on here, Jacob. So I appreciate it. We could maybe perhaps share some wisdom, and most importantly, perhaps inspire someone, a fellow entrepreneur, or someone that is maybe looking to get started and doesn't know where to start. And you just gotta start. You just gotta start and get after it.
Take the first step.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pete, I want to thank you for the time commitment. Serial entrepreneur, badass entrepreneur here, Pete. Thank you so much for being on the podcast today. I hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did find value, click that like button. Comment down below what your favorite part of this podcast was. And hit that subscribe button too, because we're just getting started. I love you all. Peace.